रूपा कदा ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुं श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपदान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता राधाकान्ता नमोऽस्तुते तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये नष्टप्रायेष भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवतसेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवती नैष्टिकी कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः नमः पङ्कजनाभाय नमः पङ्कजमालिने नमः पङ्कजनेत्राय नमस्ते पङ्कजाङ्ग्रे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः नमो ब्राह्मण्याय देवाय गौब्राह्मणहिताय च जगद्धिताय कृष्णाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृन्द हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna. We will do a small kirtan. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यमुनतीरवनचारी यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यमुनतीरवनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी. This is the translation. Krishna is the lover of Radha. He displays many amorous pastimes in the groves of Vrindavana. He is the lover of the cowherd maidens of Vraja and the holder of the great hill named Govardhana. He is the beloved son of Mother Yashoda, the delighter of the inhabitants of Vraja, and he wanders in the forests along the banks of the river Yamuna. Hare Krishna. Okay. Okay. We will continue our discussion from Srimad Bhagavatam, 8th Canto, 23rd chapter. Um, are you able to see my screen? Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Thank you, Mataji, for confirming. Okay, so in the last discussion, we were discussing from chapter 22nd. So, what happens in chapter 22nd is that the Lord is earlier we see that Bali Maharaj, much before even chapter 22nd, we see Bali Maharaj has actually captured the heavenly planet. And Aditi, mother Aditi, she does Payovrata, and she wants to help her sons. He wants to help Indra and other demigods regain their kingdom, heavenly planet. So she does Payovrata, and then she begets Vaman Dev. So the Supreme Lord appears as Vaman Dev. And when he appears as Vaman Dev, he actually seeks from Bali Maharaj some charity. And in the course of seeking this charity, we see that Vaman Dev has actually taken everything that Bali Maharaj had. He in 3 steps he has actually taken everything, and in the last step, Bali Maharaj thinks there is thing that I can offer in charity now. With 2 steps, the Lord has conquered everything, right? I and I have to. There is nothing now except to give myself. And then he actually remembers that how devotees actually give up everything for the Lord, for the service of the for the service uh, to the Lord and his devotees. And for the Lord, devotees don't think much if they're having to give up things like maybe their family relationships or their material possessions. Just to satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead, devotees don't think much. So, taking inspiration from the previous acharyas, devotees, Bali Maharaj actually decides to give himself, right? And then he says the third step might be put on his head. And Bali Maharaj is also very, very he understands, being quite learned, he understands that keeping promises are very important, right? So one who does not keep the promise or is not truthful is actually not at all valued, because of not being able to keep uphold truth, not able to kind of keep up the promises. So in these situations, Bali Maharaj coming in the line, in the he was his ancestor was Prahlad Maharaj himself. So Bali Maharaj decides to give up everything. And then after he gave up everything, then the Lord is very pleased, right? So the Lord is very pleased of looking at how Bali Maharaj uh, completely surrenders or gives up everything for the Supreme Lord. So so he actually, the Lord says, um, he he at one point, Bali Maharaj was arrested. So after that, the Lord actually, Brahma and Bali Maharaj's wife Vidyavali, both of them actually pray. And after that, Bali Maharaj is released from that, what how he was arrested or bonded. He is released from that. And the Lord is so pleased. The Lord says, please go to Sutala Loka, and the Lord gives him benedictions. And he also says, that the Lord says, I will come and be with you in Sutaloka, in my along with my paraphernalia. I will come. I will be there. You will always be seeing me. And so the Lord is so pleased that these are the kind of benediction he gives. So one might wonder, Sutaloka, if we understand how the lokas are placed, one might wonder, Sutaloka is one of the lower planets actually. So why is that the Lord has asked Bali Maharaj to go to Sutaloka? It is Sutarloka is one of the lower planets, undoubtedly, but it is said that Sutarloka is actually built by Vishwakarma, and it is one of the very opulent places, right? It is very opulent places, and it the Lord says that when he asks Maharaj Bali to go to Sutarloka, he also, it is not only Maharaj Bali, his relatives, friends, all his near and dear ones, they also will be going to Sutaloka. So all these people, they are going to Sutaloka, and they will be together, and they will be, in a very comfortable place, where the Lord Himself is actually uh, come as a he's going to be as a doorman, right? He's going to be the doorkeeper, and anyone who is actually um, uh, coming to oppose Maharaj Bali or harm him, the Lord is going to protect him with his disc. So that is the kind of benediction Bali Maharaj gets. Prior to this, when the guru, for the Rakshasas, for the demons, Shukracharya comes to know that the Supreme Lord himself comes as Vaman Dev. He actually tries to discourage Bali Maharaj to give charity, right? So when he discourages and then Bali Maharaj does not agree, then he says, he also curses, Shukracharya curses Bali Maharaj and says that you will lose all your opulence, you will lose your position as king, right? So when the Lord conquered everything, he did lose his all his possessions, but but that was short-lived. Afterwards, the Lord gave him much more when he went back to Sutaloka, and after his time in Sutaloka, he was also blessed to become the king of the heaven. So he will take the position of Indra when he finishes his time in Sutaloka, right? He is going to be the next king of heaven. Bali Maharaj, being such an exalted devotee, he is also one of the 12 Mahajans, right? So that is the glory of, those are the glories of Bali Maharaj. So we'll just see what happens once the Lord is happy and the Lord is what are the interaction between the Supreme Lord, Bali Maharaj? The Supreme Lord also then interacts with Prahlad Maharaj, who was there. The Supreme Lord also then has a discussion with Daitya Guru Shukracharya, and so what happens during and finally, what happens is that, as this chapter is titled, the demigods, Indra and the demigods, they actually regain the heavenly planet. So whatever they had was conquered by Bali Maharaj, they get back the heavenly planet. So this is the discussion that we will go through today. Okay, so starting from the first verse of the 23rd chapter of the 8th canto. I'll try to read the verses. Please forgive me if there are any mistakes. Sri Shukovacha Ityuktvantam Purusham Puratanam Mahanubhavo Akila Sadhu Sammata Bhattanjali Pashpakala Kulekshano Bhaktyutkalo Gadgada Ya Ira Pravit. Does someone want to read the translation?
Hare Krishna Mataji, can I read?
Please, Mataji, thank you.
Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Jai.
Translation. Shukdev Goswami said, when the Supreme, Ancient, Eternal Personality of Godhead had thus spoken to Bali Maharaj, who is universally accepted as a pure devotee of the Lord, and therefore a great soul, Bali Maharaj, his eyes filled with tears, his hands folded, and his voice faltering in devotional ecstasy, responded as follows. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So after the Lord, first is Bali Maharaj giving up on everything. Then he was also arrested in the process. And then when he was released and when the Supreme Lord gave benedictions, Bali Maharaj is overwhelmed. We see him actually, his eyes are filled with tears and he's so overwhelmed. He feels so happy. He's in a state of devotional ecstasy. And then he's folding his hands. And then he says the following. Okay, let's see in text two. Baliruvacha aho pranamaya kiritya samudaya prapanna bhakta vidhau samahita yallokapalaistvad anugraho amarayit alabdya purvo apasade asure arpita. Yeah, can someone read the translation and purport?
I'll continue, Mataji. If nobody is
Very
reading,
good.
I'll continue.
Thank you, Mataji.
Translation. Bali Maharaj said, what a wonderful effect there is in even attempting to offer respectful obeisances to you. I merely endeavored to offer you obeisances, but nonetheless, the attempt was as successful as those of pure devotees. The causeless mercy you have shown to me, a fallen demon, was never achieved even by the demigods or the leaders of the various planets. Purport. When Vamanadeva appeared before Bali Maharaj immediately wanted to offer him respectful obeisances. But he was unable to do so because of the presence of Shukracharya and other demonic associates. The Lord is so merciful, however, that although Bali Maharaj did not actually offer obeisances, but only endeavored to do so within his mind, the Supreme Personality of God had blessed him with more mercy than even the demigods could ever expect. As confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 2.40, Svalpamapi asya dharmasya trayate nahato bhayat. Even a little advancement in this path can protect one from most dangerous type of fear. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is known as Bhavagrahi Janardana because he takes only the essence of the devotee's attitude. If a devotee sincerely surrenders the Lord as the super soul, in everyone's heart immediately understands this. Thus, even though externally a devotee may not render full service, if he is internally sincere and serious, the Lord welcomes his service nonetheless. Thus, the Lord is known as Bhavagrahi Janardana because he takes the essence of one's devotional mentality. Hari Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So, Bali Maharaj is mentioning to the Supreme Lord about what has happened when the Lord comes as Vaman there, and Bali Maharaj realizes that he has to. He wants to offer his obeisances, but he understands that the demons and his guru Shukracharya might not be very happy with that. So he actually refrains himself from physically offering obeisances in front of the Lord, but mentally he actually keeps that spirit. He actually offers his obeisances, and then as a consequence, he says, Bali Maharaj says that he says, as a consequence, though I'm a very fallen demon, we should see the great humility of Bali Maharaj. He's such a great devotee. Definitely, for someone to surrender everything that he has, it is also said that he had the desire to actually rule over the heavenly planet. That's why he had actually conquered it. And later on, he actually after his time in Sutala planet, he again comes back to actually become the king of the heavens because he had that somewhere that desire inside, and in spite of that, he actually gives up on everything. And then, such a great devotee, he says that even for a fallen demon, that you have been very, very merciful, my Lord. Just I could not even offer my obeisances. I have not physically offered obeisances. I have just, endeavored, like within, from within, I have offered obeisances. And how much mercy you have shown, my Lord, is not even possible for the demigods and the leaders of various planets, for exalted beings, to get that kind of mercy. You're so merciful. So actually, Bali Maharaj is glorifying the Supreme Lord. He is actually very, very grateful, appreciative that the Lord is actually reciprocating the even for the um, very smallest endeavor, not even physically paying obeisances, but internally when he paid his obeisances, even the smallest endeavor, the Lord is recognizing and showering his mercy beyond what even the demigods and those in the leaders of the planets get, right? So it is this again. This is the nature of the supreme how the supreme lord reciprocates, right? So this is confirmed in even Bhagavad Gita. In Prabhupada says in his purport in Bhagavad Gita 2.40, right, he says even a little advancement in spiritual path can actually or protect one from most dangerous things, right? Fears, it can protect. And the other thing about the Lord is that He's Bhavagrahi. He understands the intention or why we are doing something, right? So even sometimes on some days, um, it is it feels very difficult to do bhakti. On some days, it feels so difficult to do regular devotional practices. Some days it feels so difficult to do our sadhana. It could be there could be various reasons for that. Even in those difficult days, just thinking that the Lord is Bhavagrahi, He understands that I sincerely want to do devotional service. I sincerely think that I don't have anyone. except the Supreme Lord, when one has those pure intentions or consciously makes those efforts, though it might not be a day where we do a lot of great spiritual endeavors, the Lord still accepts that, right? So the Lord is still very much very, very, very appreciative of that, and He reciprocates to that. Like in the case of Bali Maharaj, we see though he was not able to physically offer obeisances, the Lord is reciprocating to that. So the Lord actually sees our heart. He understands us. He understands the intentions. Externally, it might not be possible to do sometimes great endeavors. Some devotees, they do exceptional devotional service. They do exceptional services. They are such nice devotees. They're very, very inspiring. They do things that we find extremely like unimaginable. Uh, and the extent of sacrifices they do to actually please Guru Krishna. But sometimes for other devotees, it is not possible to be at that level. There could be various reasons. So the Lord is still there. He is still actually very appreciative of what little we can do, and always endeavor to do much better, endeavor much better, get inspired by those devotees, get inspired by devotees who are doing amazing things, and we still keep doing our devotional practices. Right? Yeah, we'll continue reading text 3. Sri Shukovacha ityuktva harim ityuktva harima nitya brahmanam sambhavam tata vivesha sutalam prito balirmukta saha surai. Yeah, translation. Can someone please read the translation?
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Mataji.
Hare
Go ahead,
Krishna.
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. Uh, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I'm not able to hear you.
Hare Bol.
Krishna. Yes, now I'm able to hear Prabhuji. Yeah, please. Can you read Prabhuji?
Ayo, avuna?
Yeah.
Signal.
Hare Krishna.
Oh,
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. Okay. I think there is some signal issue that Prabhuji sent. Nirupama Mataji, you can please read Mataji.
Yeah, Mataji, I'll continue.
Thank you,
Text
Mataji.
3. Text 3, translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Sukadev Goswami continued, after speaking in this way, Bali Maharaja offered his obeisances first to the Supreme Personality of Godhead Hari and then to Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva. Thus he was released from the bondage of the Naga Pasha, the ropes of Varuna, and in full satisfaction he entered the planet known as Sutala. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So then after speaking to the Supreme Lord, Bali Maharaj offers his obeisances. He offers first to the Supreme Lord and then to Brahma and Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva. And then Dasar actually gets released from the bondage. He was arrested. After he surrenders, he was arrested by the Nagapasha, the ropes of Varuna Dev. but he gets released from that. And then once he gets released from that, he goes to Sutarloka, and he's quite satisfied. So whatever he lost or whatever he gave to the Supreme Lord, and whatever he got from the Supreme Lord in the form of benedictions and going to Sutarloka, he was actually very satisfied with that. And then he goes to Sutalaloka. Okay. Yeah, we'll continue with text 4. एवम् इन्द्रिय भगवान् प्रत्यानियात्रिविष्टपम् पुरायितत्वाद् आदित्य कामम् अशासत् सकलं जगत्. Can someone read the translation?
Krishna Mataji, ఇప్పుడు
Krishna Mataji,
Krishna
shall I
Mataji.
read?
Yes, Prabhuji, yes. Please read, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Translation. Thus, having delivered the proprietorship of the heavenly planet to Indra, and having fulfilled the desire of Aditi, mother of the demigods, the Supreme Personality Godhead ruled the affairs of the universe. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So now Bali Maharaj has gone to Sutaloka, and earlier he conquered the heavenly planets. Once Bali Maharaj has gone to Sutaloka, now the Supreme Lord is returning the proprietorship or the rule of the heavenly planets to Indra, the king of heaven. And this is what Mother Aditi desired for her sons. When because of the fear of the demons, when her sons had to leave the heavenly planets, Mother Aditi does prayers, and then she desires that they regain their positions. So the Supreme Lord restores the positions, and this actually is in a way, among many other things that the Supreme Lord does. This is in a way showing that who is the supreme controller, right? The Supreme Lord is the supreme controller. Since he desired that Bali Maharaj gives up the heavenly planets, and the Indra that should regain his position, it has happened. So he rules the affairs of the universe, and everything happens according to his will, right? So this is another place where we can see this being demonstrated. Okay, next verse. लब्धप्रसादं निर्मुक्तं पौत्रं वंशधरं बलिं निशम्य भक्तिप्रवणा प्रहरादायिदम् अब्रवीत्. Now, Prahra, mm, Prahlad Maharaj is speaking. Okay, we'll see how Prahlad Maharaj is actually what are his kind of interactions with the Supreme Lord. Yeah, can someone read translation? Madhvi Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dhanvat Pranam.
Dhanvat Pranam. Please.
Translation. When Prahlada Maharaja heard how Bali Maharaja, his grandson and descendant, had been released from bondage and had achieved the benedictions of the Lord, he spoke as follows in a tone of greatly ecstatic devotion. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So, no, Prahlad Maharaj, we know about Prahlad Maharaj, the glories of Prahlad Maharaj. He's a very inspiring devotee. And Prahlad Maharaj now is now cognizant of what has happened with Bali Maharaj, and how he has been benedicted by the Lord, and how he has gone to Sutaloka, how he's been released from the bondage also. Earlier, he was bonded, and all these things that Prahlad Maharaj hears about, and he comes to know, and with lot of happiness, great happiness, he is actually speaking to the Supreme Lord, right? Sri Praharada Nemam Virincholavate Prasadam Nashirna Sarva Kim Uttapare Anye Yenno Asurana Asi Durga Palo Vishwabhi Vandhyer Abhi Vanditangrihi. Translation and purport. Can someone read translation and purport, please?
Hare Krishna Mataji, can I continue?
Yes, Prabhuji, please.
Yeah, please. Prahlad Maharaj said, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, you are universally worshipped. Even Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva worship you, your lotus feet. Yet, although you are such a great personality, you have kindly promised to protect us, the demons. I think that's I think that such kindness has never been achieved even by Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, or the goddess of fortune Lakshmi. What to speak of other demigods or common people? Continue, Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji, purport.
Yeah. Hmm. Purport. Yeah, Gauri Gauri. Purport. The word Durgapala is significant. The word Durga means that which does not go very easily. Generally, Durga refers to a fort which one cannot very easily enter. Another meaning of Durga is difficulty, because the Supreme Personality of Godhead promised to protect Ali Maharaj and his associates from all dangers. He is addressed here as Durga Pala, the Lord who gives protection from all miserable conditions. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So, Prahlad Maharaj is actually he's glorifying the Supreme Lord. He says that you are worshipped by everyone. Even Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva are actually are worshipping your lotus feet. You are such a great personality. You are the greatest of all. Then Lord, you're so merciful that you agree to protect us demons. Yeah, you agree to protect us. You are by doing so, you are actually showing so much of kindness that this kindness is something maybe that is not even received by even Lord Brahma, Shiva, the goddess of fortune, Lakshmi Devi themselves. Those great beings have also not received that kind of kindness. And what we can say about the other demigods or any other common people. So that is the kind of kindness and you are showering on us on us demons, my lord. You being such a great personality. So Prahlad Maharaj is expressing his gratitude to the Supreme Lord. One quality we can see from Prahlad Maharaj's, what Prahlad Maharaj is saying, and earlier what Bali Maharaj says, is that they say that whatever they have received is is something that no one else has received, right? Sometimes, as devotees, we receive things, we receive mercy, we receive material opulence, we receive lot of things, but we always, still, after receiving so much, also, God is very merciful. I don't think that maybe my own anything about me is as worthwhile for the Lord to give me the mercy to do my devotional practices, to get association of devotees, to have a spiritual master, to actually be connected to Krishna, to be able to read scriptures. Nothing of about me actually makes worthy of it. But still, uh, I as whatever I receive, and they can be times that I'm not as grateful. They can be times when I think I don't I think maybe the other devotees have got more than what I got. I am thinking, I'm still thinking that this is what everyone gets, right? I'm taking it for granted, right? Everyone gets the same kind of benediction, okay, association, yeah, spiritual master, everything, everyone else is getting. No, this is not true. This is actually the causeless mercy of the Lord, that though there is no capability of my own, the Lord is actually giving all these things. He's helping me to do bhakti. He's giving me things. He's putting me in situations favorable to do bhakti. He's giving me guidance through Guru and Vaishnavas. He's actually keeping me in association of devotees to be inspired and to do bhakti. So there is so much the Lord is doing, and we see from Bali Maharaj from the previous verse what Bali Maharaj says and what Prahlad Maharaj say both say that you have given us much more than anyone could get. Not even Lord Brahma, not even Lord Shiva, not even Goddess Lakshmi Devi. No one is getting as much as you have given us, right? So that is the how wonderful is the appreciation, and how wonderful is the gratitude both Prahlad Maharaj and Bali Maharaj are showing towards the Supreme Lord. May we all have that gratitude to the Supreme Lord for all that we have received, His causeless mercy that we have received in our lives, and for being able to render some service, to be in devotional service to the Lord, to get the association of the devotees, to be to have a spiritual master to guide, to have wonderful Siksha Gurus. So it is actually so much to be thankful and grateful for, right? And then here, Srila Prabhupada says in this verse that the word Durga Palu is very, very significant. Okay. Srila Prabhupada further explains that Durga is something which is very, very um, it, very which does not go easily. That is the actual maybe translation. But Durg is actually something which is like a fort, which cannot be which is difficult to enter, and it can also be used to denote something which is difficult, right? And the Lord actually comes as a doorkeeper, and he promises to protect all the to protect Bali Maharaj and his associates from all dangers, right? Similarly, the Lord is also protecting us all from all miserable conditions. Sometimes it just needs us little introspection, little observation to understand that how the Lord creates situations for us, protecting us from all miserable conditions, protecting us from what is not favorable for bhakti, protecting us from people who are not who could be very harmful, who could be dangerous. All sorts of miseries the Lord is protecting us so that it becomes favorable for us to do bhakti. So the Lord is also protecting us from all the miserable conditions, right? Yeah, we move on to 7. Yeah. यत्पादपद्ममकरन्निषिवेनेन ब्रह्माद्या शरणादा स्नुवते विभूति कस्माद्वयं कुश्रुत्य कला योनस्ते दाक्षिण्यास्तृष्टिपद विम्बवता प्रणीता. Can someone read the translation?
Hare Krishna
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Yeah. One of you can read, Mataji. Thank you.
Madhavi Mataji, go ahead, Mataji.
Yeah. Okay. Translation. O supreme shelter of everyone, great personalities like Brahma enjoy their perfection simply by tasting the honey of rendering service at your lotus feet. But as for us, who are all rogues and debauchees born of an envious family of demons, how have we received your mercy? It has been possible only because your mercy is causeless.
Prahlad Maharaj is saying this. Prahlad Maharaj is saying the the greatest beings that are there, like Brahma, they are actually achieving perfection in their service, perfection as a being by actually doing service to your lotus feet. You know, they are tasting. he is describing the service of the Lord as like tasting honey. So it is such wonderful, and that is how the great beings like Brahma are achieving perfection. We are from a lowly, very lowly family of the demons, and we are. He also used two very strong words, rogues and debauchees, born of envious family of demons. Demons are anyone who is envious of the Lord, envious of the devotees. They belong to the demon class actually, and such demon class. Prahlad Maharaj was born, and he's saying that in spite of such being such low being of you know being born in such a envious demon class, but still we have received your mercy. Still we got something that we can't imagine. We could never be deserving. We could never be deserving. We received that. It is because of your causeless mercy. Prahlad Maharaj is saying this. Imagine someone who's the pure devotee, and Bhagavatam speaks volumes of the glories of Sri Prahlad Maharaj, and how he's an exemplary devotee. Um, I I don't know if there is um, they could never probably be someone as there are very few devotees who are as inspiring as Prahlad Maharaj. And Prahlad Maharaj is saying, all this we are getting in spite of our low birth is because of your causeless mercy, Lord. See how great, how wonderful is the mood of Prahlad Maharaj. He's not taking it for granted. He's not he's not a tinge of pride, or not a tinge of thinking that that this is because we have done devotional service, or this is because we have done some service to the Lord. The Lord was pleased out of the surrender of Bali Maharaj, but Prahlad Maharaj says that there is no quality. There's nothing in us that we deserve this. It's all your causeless mercy, Lord. Lord, it's only your causeless mercy. This should be this is so inspiring. This should be our mood as devotee also, to to have that kind of humility, to think that all that we receive, all that we um, get both spiritually and materially is because of the causeless mercy of the Lord. Otherwise, our position is not that we can deserve any of it. Okay. Yeah, we move on to next text. Chitram tavehitam maho amita yoga maya leela लीला विशिष्टा भुवनस्य विशारदस्य सर्वात्मना समदृश्य अविश्यमा स्वभावो भक्ता प्रियो यदसि कल्पतरो स्वभाव. निरुपम माताजी, हरे कृष्णा.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Translation: O my Lord, your pastimes are all wonderfully performed by your inconceivable spiritual energy, and by her perverted reflection, the material energy, you have created all the universes. As the super soul of all living entities, you are aware of everything, and therefore you are certainly equal towards everyone. Nonetheless, you favor your devotees. This is not partiality, however, for your characteristic is just like that of a desire tree which yields everything according to one's desire. Purport: the Lord says in Bhagavad Gita 9.29, Samoham sarva bhuteshu name tveshyosti na priyaha ye bhajanti tumam bhaktya mayi te teshu chapyaham. I envy no one, nor am I partial to anyone. I am equal to all. But whoever renders service unto me in devotion is a friend, is in me, and I am also a friend to him. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is certainly equal towards all living entities, but a devotee who fully surrenders at the lotus feet of the Lord is different from a non devotee. In other words, everyone can take shelter at the lotus feet of the Lord to enjoy equal benedictions from the Lord. But non devotees do not do so, and therefore they suffer the consequences created by the material energy. We can understand this fact by a simple example. The king or government is equal to all citizens. Therefore, if a citizen capable of receiving special favors from the government is offered such favors, this does not mean that the government is partial. One who knows how to receive favors from the authority can receive them, but one who does not neglect these favors and does not receive them. There are two classes of men, the demons and the demigods. The demigods are fully aware of the Supreme Lord's position and therefore they are obedient to him. But even if demons know about the supremacy of the Lord, they purposefully defy his authority. Therefore, the Lord makes distinctions according to the mentality of the living being, but otherwise he is equal to everyone. Like a desire tree, the Lord fulfills the desires of one who takes shelter of him, but one who does not take such shelter is distinct from the surrendered soul. One who takes shelter at the lotus feet of the Lord is favored by the Lord, regardless of whether such a person is a demon or a demigod. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Mhm. So, Prahlad Maharaj is further glorifying the Lord, and he says that you are the one who actually is beyond all the is behind all this creation through your spiritual energy and its perverted reflection, the material energy. And as a super soul, you are also within all living entities. And you are actually not partial to anyone. You are actually, you treat everyone equal, but you favor devotees, right? This is not, we cannot see this as partiality because you are like a desire tree. A desire tree fulfills whatever desires that are there. So, one might have desires to do bhakti, one might have desires, material desires, one might uh, want to do things which are not favorable to them. So it is up to the person, to the individual soul, to actually take this opportunity and use it to desire the right things. And then the Lord favors those who are devotees, who are inclined to do bhakti, right? So Prahlad Maharaj is telling this. And once once when I was attending a reading session with S.P.S. Leland Prabhuji of Canto 7, where Hiranyakashipu is telling to his mother that the Supreme Lord is not partial to anyone, and he treats everyone equally. It came as a great surprise to me, and I went up to Prabhuji and I asked, Prabhuji, how is that? Why the Supreme Lord should be favorable to devotees? Then Prabhuji said, the Supreme Lord is actually Father to everyone. The Supreme Lord cannot be partial to anyone, right? So the same thing Prahlad Maharaj is saying here. Prahlad Maharaj is saying you treat everyone equal. You are there within everyone as the super soul, and as you are there as a super soul, you're treating everyone equal, but it is up to that individual soul to actually how they make use of that opportunity. This is further in the purport Srila Prabhupada quotes Bhagavad Gita 9.21, where the Lord says, I am equal to everyone. I don't envy anyone. I'm just equal to everyone. But whoever renders devotional service, right, and is actually a friend, is actually very dear to me. That's what the Lord says, right? So, say for example, Prabhupada is also giving a wonderful example in the pulpit. Srila Prabhupada says, if the government is there, they're there. For the government, everyone is citizen. So everyone who lives and who is a citizen of a country, everyone is equal to them. Everyone has same rights. They have the same privileges. The law is same for everyone, right? But some people, they actually take advantage of the law. They actually do use it to their benefit, right? They use it to the benefit. They use it to progress. But the others are not using it to their benefit. They just neglect those benefits that are given, and then they just keep going. But that doesn't mean that the government is partial to someone, or it is not treating everyone equally. It is upon the individual to actually use that privileges, use those opportunities, right? So like that, the Lord is not partial to anyone. He is equal to the demons. He is equal to the demigods. He is equal to all individuals. He is equal to all souls. The Lord says in Bhagavad Gita, and now Prahlad Maharaj is also saying, the Lord treats everyone equal, but then he is like a desired tree. So whatever you desire, that is what you get. If you desire devotional service, if you desire to serve the Lord, that is what you get. And the Lord favors such devotees. The Lord is very appreciative for actually choosing him when there is an opportunity. But if one does not take that opportunity and is defying the power of the Lord, defying the position of the Lord, then wherever one is, maybe in whichever birth, whichever form, one is not actually taking making full utilization of what he or she can, like the the individual can get, right? And towards the end, Srila Prabhupada is saying, one who takes the shelter of the lotus, who takes shelter at the lotus feet of the Lord, is favored by the Lord, independent of whatever might be the position and the birth of such a person. The person can be a demigod, can be a demon, whoever it might be. So that the Lord has probably also, it is demonstrated in when we see the examples of Prahlad Maharaj, we see the example of Bali Maharaj now. We have seen that they have, though being demons, they have actually, they received mercy of the Lord, they received benedictions, they have been favored by the Lord, they have been blessed by the Lord, right? So all this is happening just because they took shelter at the lotus feet of the Lord. Okay, we'll move on. Text 9. श्रीभगवानुवाच वत्सप्रहरादभद्रं ते प्रायाहि सुतलालयं मोदमाना स्वपौत्रेण ज्ञातीनां सुखम् आवह. Yeah. Someone read the translation.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please read.
Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.
Right.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, My dear Prahlada, all good fortune unto you. For the time being, please go to the place known as Sutala and there enjoy happiness with your grandson and your other relatives and friends. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So, uh, so after all the appreciation, glorification Prahlad Maharaj offers to the Lord, now this is the response of the Supreme Lord. The Supreme Lord blesses Prahlad Maharaj, and he says, now you can also go to Sutalaloka, where your grandson is there, where Bali Maharaj has gone, right? So that is Sutalaloka. You also go there and you enjoy happiness with your grandson, your other relatives and friends. So the Lord is saying that please go to Sutalaloka, be with your family, friends, your grandson, and you will experience happiness, right? So that is the kind of blessings the Supreme Lord is giving. Okay. Further, the Supreme Lord is saying, Nityam drashtasi mam tatra gadapaninam avasthitam maddarshana mahahlada dvashta karma nibandhana. The Supreme Lord is further saying what Prahlad Maharaj is going to get. Okay. Can someone read the translation in proper?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Please read.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead assured Prahlad Maharaja, "You shall be able to see me there in my usual feature with conch shell, disc, club, and lotus in my hand. Because of your transcendental bliss, due to always personally seeing me, you will have no further bondage to fruitive activities." Shall I continue the purport, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji, please.
Karma bandha, the bondage of fruitive activities, entails the repetition of birth and death. One performs fruitive activities in such a way that he creates another body for his next life. As long as one is attached to fruitive activities, he must accept another material body. This repeated acceptance of material bodies is called samsara bandhana. To stop this, a devotee is advised to see the Supreme Lord constantly. The Kanishta Adhikari or neophyte devotee is therefore advised to visit the temple every day and see the form of the Lord regularly. Thus, the neophyte devotee can be freed from the bondage of fruitive activities. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. The Lord is further saying, I will be there in that Sutaloka where you are going. I will be there and you can see me in my form which has the conch shell, disc, club, lotus in my Chaturbhuja form, you will be able to see me. And as you continuously see me, you will further you will be blessed with having no bondage to any fruitive activities, right? So the Lord is telling that He is personally going to be present in His Chaturbhuja form. And this is the form that every day that Prahlad Maharaj and the Bali Maharaj and the associates and his associates are blessed to see every day. And further, we see that there is always whenever we do fruitive activities or activities expecting some result, or we are very attached to the result, those are fruitive activities or we expect fruits or results, right? So when we do those activities, they actually bind us more. They bind us more to this material existence, and one is actually forced to take repeated births and repeatedly die because there is attachment. There is attachment to the result, and as a result there is attachment to the material conception or the bodily conception. So this goes on and on. But here the Supreme Lord is saying, when one actually witnesses his form, he actually gets freed from this bondage of the samsara bandhana or repeated birth and death. One gets free from that. Srila Prabhupada is making advising, or he's telling in the purport that this is the reason why we should all go to temples regularly every day. Why we should be attending the temple programs, going regular every day to the temple, see the Lord in his Acha Vigraha form, in his wonderful Achavigra form. When we continuously keep seeing the Lord in this form, that is when we actually get slowly freed from this material bondage. It is a gradual process that one gets, many places, Prabhupada says automatically. Automatically means we have to understand that gradually one actually gets freed, right? um, Gradually one gets freed from this material bondage, and they will be free from the tendency of doing fruitive activities. So that is how potent the darshan of the Lord in his Sri Vigraha form. So Prahlad Maharaj and Bali Maharaj, they were really blessed, and the Lord showered his benediction, and they got to see him in his 400 form. For all of us as practicing devotees, for us, we get to see the Lord in his Sri Vigraha form, which is again very not different from the Supreme Lord. We know the Lord is not, the Lord's form, his name, his uh, deity form, his pastimes, all are non-different. So for us, we have this wonderful opportunity to see the Lord in his Vigraha form in the temples that we have, at homes, in the form of the deities that we worship. So the Lord is very, very merciful, and repeatedly seek the Lord in that form actually slowly, gradually frees us from the tendency of fruitive activities, gradually frees us from the material conception of, of identifying oneself with the body, right? So that gradually happens. Okay, we'll move on to the next text. Sri Ajnam Bhagavato Rajan. Agyam Bhagavato Rajan. Prarado Balina Saha Bhadamiti Amala Pragyo Murtinyadhyaya Tritanjali Parikramaya Parikramyadi Purusham Sarva Surajam Ukchamupati Pranatastad Anugyata Pravivesha Mahavilam. Can someone continue reading the translation?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yeah, can I read Mataji?
Please, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Translation. Srila Sukadev Goswami said, accompanied by Bali Maharaj, my dear king Parikshit, Prahlad Maharaj, the master of all the chiefs of the demons, took the Supreme Lord order on his head with folded hands. After saying yes to the Lord, circumambulated him, and offering him respectful obeisances, he entered the lower planetary system known as Sutala. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So, when when the Supreme Lord has directed Prahlad Maharaj to go to Sutarloka, so Prahlad Maharaj accepts it very graciously. Is accepting it. He accepts it on the order of the Lord with folded hand on his head, like we say so many times when we accept instruction, we say like we accept on our head, right? The instructions are accepted. It shows like it is a mark, that it is a mark of great reverence. So that is how Prahlad Maharaj accepts it. He circumambulates the Lord, and then he offers his obeisances, and then he leaves. So, offering obeisances, circumambulating the Lord. See, these are some things. So, um, how do we learn, or how do we grow in devotional service in bhakti? How do we grow? How do we progress? By learning from the pure devotees, from getting inspired, by taking an example from their achar, we actually learn, right? So one has to be always, when one is hearing the narrations about the devotees of the Lord, when one is around the devotees of the Lord, the pure devotees of the Lord, one has to be extremely attentive. My Guru Maharaj says, one has to have the receiver on. We have to keep our receivers on to actually observe, learn, and actually consciously transform ourselves and imbibe those qualities, right? So one has to be very, very attentive to the details, attentive to what these exalted beings are doing. Prahlad Maharaj, Bali Maharaj, by their example, we can see how much of humility, how much of gratitude, how much of appreciation, how much of glorifying the Lord, how much of thinking themselves to be low, how much they are exhibiting all these wonderful qualities of a devotee, and then how they're actually offering, how they're accepting the words of the Lord, the instructions of the Lord, how much reverence they have, and how they are offering their respect by offering obeisances, doing even Bali Maharaj earlier we saw he offers obeisances first to the Supreme Lord, and then he also offers obeisances to Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva. Right? So for us also as devotees, we offer our obeisances to the Supreme Lord, offer our obeisances to Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, the Creator, and Lord Shiva also, and also all the demigods we offer our obeisances, and after offering all his obeisances Bali Maharaj leaves. Similarly with Prahlad Maharaj we see him, he circumambulates the Lord and then he offers his obeisances. So this is so much of learning when we hear about the devotees, when we are with the devotees, with the pure devotees, it is tremendous opportunity to learn for us. Okay, next text. अताहोशनं शनासं राजन् हरिर्नारायणो अन्तिके आसीनं ऋत्विजं मध्ये सदसि ब्रह्मवादिनाम्. Yeah, can someone read the translation?
Can I continue, Mataji?
Sure, Prabhuji. Please.
Hari, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Narayana, thereafter addressed Sukracharya, who was sitting nearby in the midst of the assembly with the priests Brahma, uh, Hota, Ugata, and Adva,
Advaryu.
Advaryu. O Maharaja Parikshit, these priests were all Brahmavadis, followers of the Vedic principles for performing sacrifices. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So, from till the previous verse, we heard about the interaction between Bali Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, right? The conversations. Now, the Supreme Lord is now speaking to Shukracharya, right? So, it is now the Lord is causeless mercy. Now, even Shukracharya, knowing that the Supreme Lord has come as Vamana and he is going to take away everything, Shukracharya stops Bali Maharaj. He does everything to kind of stop Bali Maharaj. In spite of that, just a while ago, this is what Shukracharya was doing. And in spite of that, the Supreme Lord is so merciful. We should see him here that now he is actually addressing Shukracharya also. He is taking that. He's making that endeavor. He's actually taking this in this situation, in this circumstance also, he's actually speaking to even Shukracharya, right? So how merciful the Lord can be that he's taking this opportunity to make Shukracharya realize his mistake, correct him, and make him realize, right? So that is how merciful the Supreme Lord is, right? So it is said in this verse that Shukracharya is amidst other Brahmanas, right? So all of these Brahmanas have assembled to actually these Brahmanas are actually experts in sacrifices. They from the Vedic sacrifices they understand very well, and such Brahmavadis, the followers of Brahma, and these priests are there, and amidst all of them, with these priests and Shukracharya was there, and now the Supreme Lord Hari is taking an opportunity to discuss with is actually discussing with Shukracharya. Okay, so we'll hear what the Supreme Lord says. ब्रह्मन् सन्तनु शिष्यस्य कर्मचिद्रं वितान्वता यत्तत् कर्मसु वै सम्य ब्रह्मदृष्टं समं भवेत्. Can someone read the translation proper?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, please read. Thank you.
O best of the Brahmanas, Sukracharya, please describe the fault or discrepancy in your disciple Bali Maharaja who engaged in performing sacrifices. This fault will be nullified when judged in the presence of qualified Brahmanas. Purport: when Bali Maharaja and Prahlad Maharaja had departed for the planet Sutala, Lord Vishnu asked Sukracharya what the fault was in Bali Maharaja for which Sukracharya had cursed him. It might be argued that since Bali Maharaja had now left the scene, how could his faults be judged? In reply to this, Lord Vishnu informed Sukracharya that there was no need for Bali Maharaj's presence, for his faults and discrepancies could be nullified if judged before the Brahmanas. As will be seen in the next verse, Bali Maharaja had no faults. Sukracharya had unnecessarily cursed him. Nonetheless, this was better for Bali Maharaja. Being cursed by Sukracharya, Bali Maharaja was deprived of all his possessions, with the result that the Supreme Personality of Godhead favored him for his strong faith in devotional service. Of course, a devotee is not required to engage in fruitive activities. As stated in the Shastra, Sarvarhanam Achyutejya, Bhagavatam 4.31.14. By worshipping Achyuta, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one satisfies everyone. Because Bali Maharaja had satisfied the Supreme Personality of Godhead, there were no discrepancies in his performance of sacrifices. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So now this is the question. The Supreme Lord is asking Shukracharya, because Shukracharya a while ago even cursed Bali Maharaj. So Shukracharya is being asked by the Supreme Lord. So what is that fault that you found in Bali? So that you who was doing this sacrifice under your guidance, under your direction. What is that sacrifice that you have done? What is the fault that you find there? So that is what the Supreme Lord is asking Shukracharya. Then Srila Prabhupada says in the purport, when someone is not there, we should not be discussing about their faults. This is very true, but Srila Prabhupada says, since it is in the assembly of very qualified Brahmanas, it is not like speaking behind someone's back, because all these are very learned brahmanas, and in such an assembly they will actually discuss things righteously, like what is appropriate, what should have been done. They will not resorting to any kind of gossip or something, just because someone was not there at their expense, because someone is gossiping or making behaving inappropriately. So that will not happen in this assembly. So that is the reason the Supreme Lord chose to discuss with Sukracharya after Bali Maharaj and Maharaj had left, about what was that fault specifically that actually made Shukracharya curse Bali Maharaj. And as a result of the curse, the um, Bali Maharaj loses everything. He loses everything, all his opulences and wealth and all. But then he gets something much beyond by surrendering to the Lord, by by being such an exceptional devotee. He actually gets blessings of the Lord, and he gets much more beyond what he has lost by the curse of Shukracharya. And the other thing Srila Prabhupada mentions in this purport is that uh, it is when we worship the Supreme Lord, all other imperfections, all other mistakes, all other faults, flaws, whatever are there, all those get nullified, they get removed, right? So, towards the end of this chapter, also, it is said specifically that when someone is doing any kind of rituals, right? They can be rituals for the Supreme Lord, they can be rituals for the demigods, they can be rituals for personal rituals, like someone is doing God Barai, Annaprashan. These are all personal rituals, like at family level. Or they are actually, some people are doing rituals for the deceased ancestors, right? During Pitru Paksha, like they are offering and all. Even when someone is doing all these rituals, any kind of rituals, when the pastimes or the glories of Bali Maharaj, and when this section of Srimad Bhagavatam is narrated, all the rituals become very auspicious. So that is the glory of this particular narration that we are reading today, that it actually makes all rituals auspicious. And if we further understand that when the Supreme Lord is satisfied, then everything becomes auspicious. There will not be any discrepancy, any kind of shortcomings are one need not bother, need not worry, as long as the Supreme Lord is satisfied. Okay, we'll move on to the next verse, text 15. श्रीशुक्रोवाच कुटस्तत्कर्म वैषम्यं यस्य कर्मेश्वरो भवान् यज्ञेषु यज्ञपुरुषः सर्वभावेन पूजिता. Now Shukracharya is replying, right? So we will hear to his response.
Hare
Can
Krishna.
someone read the translation? Yes, Prabhuji, please. Thank you.
Translation by Srila Prabhupada, please.
Jai.
Shukracharya said, "My Lord, you are enjoyer and lawgiver in all performances of sacrifices, and you are the Yajna Purusha, the person whom all sacrifices are offered. If one has fully satisfied you, where where is the chance of discrepancies or faults in his performance of sacrifices?" Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji purport also, sorry, I forgot to mention.
Yeah, yeah. Purport. In Bhagavad Gita, the Lord says, Bhoktaram Yagna Tapasam, Sarva Loka Maheshwaram. The Lord, the Supreme Proprietor, is the actual person to be satisfied by the performance of yagnas. The Vishnu Purana says, Mother, you want to read the verse?
I will try, Prabhu. वर्णाश्रमचारवता पुरुषेण परा पुमान् विष्णुराराधयते पन्था नन्या तत्तोषकारणम्.
All Vedic ritualistic sacrifices are performed for the purpose of the satisfying Lord Vishnu, the Yagna Purusha, the divisions of society, Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, Shudras, Brahmacharya, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, and Sannyasa are all meant to satisfy the Supreme Lord Vishnu, to act according to the principles of the Varnashrama institution is called Varnashrama Dharma. In Srimad Bhagavatam, Suta Goswami says, Mother, you can read this.
I'll try, Prabhu. अता पुंबे द्विजश्रेष्ठा वर्णाश्रमविभागसा स्वा आनुस्तिस्तस्य धर्मस्य संसिद्धिर्हरितोषणम्.
O best among twin born, it is therefore concluded that the highest perfection one can achieve by discharging his prescribed duties according to the caste division and order of life is to please the personality of Godhead. Everything is meant to satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, since Bali Maharaj has satisfied Lord, he had not fault. He had no faults. And Sukracharya admitted that cursing him was not good. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So when the Supreme Lord asks, what is that fault that you found in Bali Maharaj? Then Shukracharya says, he admits now. He says, you are the recipient of all the sacrifices. All offerings should be offered to you, and you are person who receives all the offerings. when Bali has satisfied you, if you are fully satisfied, then there is no discrepancy or nothing to find fault in whatever is done in the sacrifice, because you are the Yajna Purusha. You are the person who receives all the sacrifices, right? So this is now Shukracharya is admitting, right? So there was actually absolutely no need for him to actually stop Bali Maharaj or curse him from what he was doing, right? But in spite of that, he does that, and now he's admitting to his what he has done, that it is not appropriate, right? He understands, and then even in Bhagavad Gita, the Supreme Lord says in chapter 5, verse 29, that he is actually the recipient of all the offerings, and he is the Sarvaloka Maheshwaram, right? And he is the proprietor of everything. Everything is to be offered to him. And the same thing was done by Bali Maharaj, right? He offered everything that he had. He said he'll give charity, and once he agreed to give charity, and he was not able to fulfill when came to the last step. He said, "I have given my word, and I have to be truthful." And he gives himself to the Supreme Lord. So now everything that is there, that has to be offered to the Supreme Lord, and that is what Bali Maharaja does. And it has immensely made the Supreme Lord happy, because that is in reciprocation, the God gives such wonderful benediction. He agrees to be the doorman of Sutaloka. He agrees to be ever present with them in his four-handed form, right? In his beautiful four-handed form, he agrees to be there. So the Lord is satisfied, then there is no question of any other anything else to worry about, right? Similarly, Srila Prabhupada further says that irrespective of the varna we are, and irrespective of the social order that one is in, the brahmacharya, grihastha, vanaprastha, sannyasa, social orders, it could be, and the varna, it's like Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, irrespective of wherever one is, objective is to only satisfy the Supreme Lord. So, whatever might one be doing, the objective should be to always satisfy the Supreme Lord. And that is what exactly Bali Maharaj does. And then it brings to a point where Shukracharya admits to his fault, right? So this is what we will discuss today. Tomorrow, there will be discussion from text 16, and yeah. So this is the discussion for today. If devotees have any questions, they might ask anything they want to say, or any discussion, um, any questions, anything at all.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
అది ఈ
Pranam.
క్వశ్చన్ ఎప్పుడు వినలేదు మాత. అంటే విష్ణు లార్డ్ విష్ణు ఇట్లా శుక్రాచార్యని అడిగారు అన్న విషయం ఎప్పుడు తెలియదు నాకు. అసలు ఐ వాస్ బికమ్ క్యూరియస్, అసలు ఏమంటి శుక్రాచార్య ఏమంటారు అన్న విషయం సడన్ గా. అరే
Hmm.
డిడ్ అంటే ఈ రియలీ ఆస్క్ దిస్ క్వశ్చన్ టు శుక్రాచార్య, లైక్ వాట్ ఈస్ ద రాంగ్ థింగ్ దట్ బలి మహారాజ్
Hmm.
హెస్ డన్ అనేది
Hmm.
ఐఎమ్ హియరింగ్ ఇట్ ఫర్ ద ఫస్ట్ టైం మాతాజీ.
Yeah. I thought after it is general perception again that after what Shukracharya did, the Lord, I thought there's no other thing that can be done now. But the Lord is so merciful, right? So he's speaking to Shukracharya. He's asking him what has happened. He makes him realize his mistake, right? So it is so wonderful. For the Lord to do that. For him, it was absolutely not needed for him to do. Um, for the Supreme Lord to do that, to actually strike that conversation with Shukracharya, ask him. right? Why you have cursed? What is the fault? Even it doesn't even say. Srila Prabhupada says in the purport that about the curse that Shukracharya delivers to Bali Maharaj. But if we see the verse itself, the Supreme Lord only asks him, "What are the faults did you find? Your guru. What are the faults you found in the Sishya who was doing, under your direction, he was doing the sacrifice. What is the fault you found in him?" Right? So that is all he's asking the Supreme Lord. He's not he doesn't show lot of displeasure or anger, or doesn't even mention about the curse, which was very unfair for Bali Maharaj. Surely it was very unfair for him, but of course he gets much more, truly, but it was not justified. But then the Lord doesn't even mention about the curse also. He just asks, what is that, fault? Right? So that is how wonderful the Supreme Lord is.
Yes,
वैसे ही
yes.
हमारे भगवान.
కర్స్ అంటే ఏం కర్స్ ఇచ్చారు స్వామి మాతాజీ? అంటే ఐ డెంట్ హియర్ ద మేబీ ప్రీవియస్ ఐ ఫర్గాట్. ఏం కర్స్
Yeah.
ఏంటది?
So he actually curses two things. One is that he actually will lose all his opulences. So whatever he has, right? So all that opulences, wealth and all, he loses, and he will lose the position of being the king of demons. Actually, both of that happens. He loses all his possessions because Vamandev actually occupies everything, and then when he goes to Sutaloka, he's not. Uh, he enjoys all comforts, luxuries, but he is not technically in that sense maybe the king of demons or something like that. So he loses that, but he stands to gain much more. It is to lose all the material opulences, but what are those compared to what the Lord decides to give, right? So the Lord decides to give much more. So it was a curse, it was there, it happened, he loses everything to Vamandev, but then he gets much more in return. So that is the curse, Prabhuji. Yeah.
ఓకే. థ్యాంక్ యూ
Just for
మాతాజీ.
not listening, Shukracharya curses him. Yeah.
అది వన్ క్యూరియస్ క్వశ్చన్, సారీ.
Please.
ఇది అంటే బియాండ్ 10th క్యాంటో ఆర్ దేర్ ఎనీ డివోటీస్ హూ వర్షిప్డ్ కృష్ణ? 10th క్యాంటో కాకుండా లైక్ ఇప్పుడు చూస్తున్నాం ఇక్కడ అంటే ప్రహ్లాద్ మహారాజ్ ఈజ్ వర్షిపింగ్ 4 హ్యాండెడ్ ఫార్మ్ ఆఫ్ విష్ణు అట్లా ఉంది కదా. ఈస్ దెర్ ఎనీ మెన్షన్ ఆఫ్ ఇన్ ద భాగవతం వేర్ ఎనీ devotee who want to worship Lord Krishna instead of Vishnu outside the 10th
Hmm.
canto?
Okay. In other forms of the Lord, you're saying, Prabhuji? Or
Huh.
I'm not able to understand the question properly, maybe. So you mean that devotees who worship in the form of Krishna, other than those mentioned in the 10th canto?
Correct.
Sure, Prabhuji. I am
అంటే
not
మనకి
aware.
జనరల్గా we all say that it's all the forms came from Krishna. Krishna is the avatari and
Hmm.
all are avataras, and that's what
Hmm.
in the entire Bhagavatam is mentioned, right? So
Hmm.
I know lot of like Gajendra is worshipped Vishnu, Prahlad
Hmm.
worshipped, Ambarish worshipped Vishnu, all the other worship.
Hmm.
But is there any mention like some devotee who worshipped Krishna?
Hmm. Nothing I remember of Prabhuji, but irrespective, recently I went on yatra with my Guru Maharaj to Sri Lanka.
Ah,
So Maharaj
hmm.
was having this discussion. There was one particular discussion. One devotee asked, "What happens to someone who is worshipping only the Lord only in Rama form, right?
Ah,
May not be in Krishna form, right?" So this question, most practicing devotees might also come have that we hear regularly. Srila Prabhupada, the scriptures everywhere that Krishna is the supreme controller and everything comes from Krishna. He is the source. When we worship any other form of Krishna himself, are we doing it right, or should be worshipping only Krishna while we have our all respects, all regards for other forms of the Lord? This question might come. It actually also was very persistent for me for many years. So what Maharaj said is like, any form of the Lord you can worship. It is not necessary that you have to worship only in the form of Krishna. And the other thing Maharaj said is that we have we have a personal connection with the Lord in a certain form. Like we see devotees, some devotees, they are drawn to certain temple and certain deities of the temple. Someone is very much drawn to Radha Shyam Sundar, maybe someone to Radha Madan Mohan, who is there in Abits. So there is a personal connection with a particular deity and a deity form. Like that, there is also for devotees, there is a personal connection with a particular form of the Lord. The Sri Vaishnavas have affinity to the Lord in his Narayana form, Vishnu form, the Gaudiyas to his form as Krishna, right? So all the forms is it's very much to do with as a soul, what our eternal relationship with the Supreme Lord has been, right? Some will actually go back to be with the with the Lord in his pastimes as Lord Rama. They will go back to reside in Ayodhya Dham. Some will go back to reside in Vaikunta Dham. Some will go to Golaka. All of them are eternally, uh, they have that relationship with the Lord. They will be engaged in the service of with of the Lord in that kind of relationship. So now the devotees in Bhagavatam worshipping in the in Krishna form or the four-handed form like Dhruv Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Bali Maharaj here and other devotees is more to do with their way of or relationship with the Supreme Lord, right? And all forms are equal. All forms are equal. It is not necessary that one should only think of worshipping in the form of Krishna, though he is the source of everything. Our relationship with him might not be in the form of Krishna. It might be in the form of Rama. It might be in the form of Balarama. It might be in the form of his other incarnations, right? So that's a very personal connection with the Lord. This
Yes,
is my
thank you.
understanding, Prabhuji.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you so much, Mataji. So, I mean, that's it. I mean, there is no difference between worshipping Rama, Vishnu, or Krishna. So that's how it all depends on how the devotees want to make the relationship with the Supreme Lord. Okay,
that is right,
thank you
Prabhu.
so much, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Wonderful lecture, Mataji. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the opportunity, Prabhuji.
Mataji, thank you so much for the wonderful class.
Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining.
Yeah, and giving us this opportunity to read these important conversations, right, between Supreme Personality of Godhead and Bali Maharaj and Prahlad Maharaj and Sukracharya. So many learnings, how Lord is equal to everybody, no partiality. All these things are very important. I think we should just keep on saying those again and again. So today was an opportunity to నెమరు వేయడం అంటారు కదా అలాగా నెమరు వేసుకోవడానికి.
Yes, Mataji. There's so much to keep contemplating, so much to kind of learn. So contemplate and think how we can actually apply. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Mataji.
Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining.
మతాజీ మీ లెక్చర్ ఆల్వేస్ ఏదో మనసు లోపల నుంచి హార్ట్ ఫెల్ట్ గా వచ్చినట్టు వస్తుంది మతాజీ మీది.
Prabhuji, if you found it like that, I'm so very glad. But this is what I've heard, Prabhuji. Only whatever I heard, it actually because I have heard, I am sure whatever I'm speaking is correct. And when I'm sure whatever I'm speaking is correct, it helps to actually say, though it is not my personal realization, though it is not what I might feel from within, honestly, it is still possible to say because it is coming in the disciplic succession, Prabhuji. That's all.
Yes, obviously. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji, for wonderful class. Hare Krishna.
Thank you for joining, Mataji. Thank you so much.
Hare
Hare Krishna. If there are no more questions or discussions, we will conclude here. Um, वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यः च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री प्रभुपाद की जय, गुरुदेव की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव देवी की जय। थैंक यू सो मच। हरे कृष्ण।
धन्यवाद। श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय।
Yeah,
सुचरिता
thank you,
माता जी
Prabhu.
की जय।
No, no, Prabhuji. His Grace Leland Prabhuji ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Then, Prabhu.